Hello everyone, today we want to talk about the addition and subtraction of directed numbers. Doing this operation is actually very easy as long as you understand my analogy of opening a bank account. Let's try an example. This question needs us to calculate 2 minus 6. We can try to imagine this question as if we have two accounts in the bank. One is the positive account, one is the negative account. Now let's look back at our equation. The plus and minus are used to separate two numbers. So in here we have in total two terms. 2, although there are no signs in front, it is a positive. 6 is negative. And so we put these two numbers into our two respective accounts. By comparing, we can see the negative account is bigger than the positive account. So definitely it's negative. But negative what? We minus the two numbers, 6 in the negative, 2 in the positive. Obviously, we can see that we still owe somebody $4. And so the answer is negative 4. This question, negative 2 plus 6. Again, the plus and minus separated into two terms. We can put them back into our bank accounts. 6 is in the positive account, negative 2 is in the negative account. And obviously, we can see that the positive account is bigger than the negative account. The answer is surely positive. 6 and 2, the difference is 4. Therefore, the final answer is 4. Now we need to calculate negative 2 minus 6. The plus and minus signs separate them into two terms. However, these two numbers are both negative numbers. So therefore, in my negative account, I write down both 2 and 6. Obviously, since there's nothing in a positive account, our final answer has to be a negative. 2 and 6 added together is 8, so then the final answer is negative 8. As long as we have this kind of bank account concept, even though we have decimals, we can still calculate the answer. The plus and minus signs separate these two into two terms. The front part is negative and the back part is positive, so we first put them each into their respective bank accounts. Putting it back into our accounts, we can see that the positive account is much larger than the negative account, so we can be sure that the final answer is definitely positive. But what is the final answer? 5.1 minus 2.3, the difference is 2.8. Even if we need to calculate fractions, it is still the same. Like before, the plus-minus signs separate this into two terms. However, when we are doing addition and subtraction of fractions, we need to make the common denominators. And so, let us first take the common denominator. The fraction in front, we expand it so that the denominator is 8. When the denominator is exactly the same, we can finally do some operations. Let's get our bank accounts ready. Both numbers are negative numbers, so they both belong in a negative account. The final answer has to be negative, but just how negative? Adding these two numbers together, we get negative 7 over 8. When we are doing addition and subtraction, sometimes we may encounter brackets. How do we deal with brackets? Look at the following example. 5 minus positive 6. When we are calculating such an equation, we can use the following analogy. 5 meaning you have 5 likes at first, and then the minus sign meaning take away, and 6 meaning taking away 6 likes. At first you had 5 likes, and then 6 likes were taken away, so you are left with negative 1 likes. Let's try another example. 5 minus negative 6. You first had 5 likes, and then you were taken away 6 dislikes. I first had 5 likes, and then you took away 6 dislikes. That means there are more and more people who likes my video. And so this becomes 5 plus 6. So at the end, I end up with 11 likes. When we are doing this operation, we take away the brackets and we combine the two signs into one. If every single time we need to use this YouTube analogy to think of the answer, it's quite slow. Therefore, there are some ways for us to help remember exactly what is the final answer. There are a total of 4 relations for you to remember. 2 positives is positive, negative positive is negative, positive negative is negative, and 2 negatives is a positive. You can see with these 2 equations, no matter what the signs are, as long as these 2 signs are exactly the same, the final answer has to be positive. So all you need to do is remember that if they are the same sign, then surely they are both positive. And so here in question 7 is a good example of seeing negative times negative is positive. And for the 2 in the middle, you can see that at the beginning, they are both different. And because they are different, that's why they have to be negative. Looking at question number 6, this is an example of positive, negative, or negative, positive equals negative. Once you remember these 4 relationships, it'll be very easy for you to take off brackets. Once you know if it is positive or negative, then you can easily find the final answer. That's the end of today's video. Feel free to come to the maths room and ask us any questions if you want. Bye!